What's going on, Taurus? So I know you guys are used to me, pulling cards and things like that and talking to you guys based on the divination that I received through the cards. But today I am just going to give you the energy of the room. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content on this page. Also, if you're interested in becoming a part of the Patreon community, go ahead and hit like, and the link is also in the description below. If you would like an oracle reading with the cards, the link is also in the description below. So, Taurus, the energy that I am feeling for the collective is that you guys have kind of been in limbo. All right, it's like, you have these great ideas, you have these things that you want to do, you have these things that you want to get accomplished, and at one point you guys were really getting after it, and then now it's like, you're kind of stuck, and it's like you're uncertain if you should move forward with it. And what's been happening is it's almost like a self-sabotage, and so what sources want you to do, they want you to go for it. They want you to do what it is that you need to do. All right, so they're definitely wanting you to go for it here. I'm feeling like, there has been some feeling of, like a support, or people just not rocking with you the way that you expect them to. But don't worry about those people. All right, this is a time for you guys to really focus on those ideas and birth those ideas and get those projects that you've been thinking about out into the atmosphere. And so you can't worry about those people, because how I like to say is those people are the algorithm, because they're going to watch you whether they're supporting you or whether they're not supporting you. So just don't worry about those people. All right, sources also wanted me to tell you guys, like, leading with compassion and doing things out of love. All right, sometimes it's kind of hard to just be, I want to say, be nice or lead with love when people continue to wrong you. But sources like, a lot of that stuff has to be released, and it has to be released especially during this time. So they're wanting you to lead with compassion and not focus on the bull crap, not focus on the stuff that's going to keep you stagnant. It's going to keep you from moving forward. It's going to hold you back, so to speak. So just don't worry about that stuff. All right, I know it's easier said than done, but try to focus your attention on something else rather than focusing on that stuff that keeps coming at you, these obstacles that keep coming at you, and these things that are being thrown your way. All right, I'm also feeling like you guys are I'm also feeling like you guys are feeling like, it's whatever this thing is that you're trying to deal with going to work out, or the thing's going to work out for you. And the answer is yes, but there are some things that you're going to have to do first. All right, and so that is that going into that solitude that they want you to go into. They kind of want you off to yourself. Like, they're saying that, like, okay, you're going to be by yourself, but you're not going to be by yourself. Like, you're going to be by yourself, but we are going to be there with you, guiding you, helping you out through this whole process. All right, because they're definitely wanting and willing to help you out through this process. I know it's hard for you to see it right now, but they're like, have faith, have faith, have faith. We're right here. We're right here. Trust this process. So they're taking you through this process, and you're also going through this transformation. Okay, so there's a lot going on with you right now, Taurus. You're going through this transformation. You're feeling a little doubt, feeling a little unsure in what you got going on right now. But they're like, trust this process. Like, it's going to play out. All right, it's going to play out. And so what's happening to happen for you now, Taurus, you're going to have to start putting into yourself, filling your cup. You are a gifter. And so you like to gift people. So now it's time for you to really just start filling your own cup and focusing on your own thing and focusing on your own stuff that you got going on, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that makes sense to you, and I'm hoping that this message is resonating for some of you. If you're concerned about your family or your finances, those things are going to come together as well. All right, some of you may be a bit concerned about that, like how is this going to pay the bills? Well, the more that you begin to align with spirit, the more things are going to begin to align. But you got to do that work. You got to do that necessary work that's going to help you get aligned in this vibration, that's going to help you align with this frequency. Because right now for you, Taurus, is all about solitude. It's all about that isolation period. It's all about that transformation. It's all about that purification of your mind, your body, and your spirit. Like, this is what's coming down the pipe for you. Like, you definitely have to do this. All right, because this project that they want you to push forward, like, it's going to require you to be of this high vibration, if that makes sense. Okay, so I don't know what it is that some of you are working on, but many of you are trying to, many of you are bringing out a brand. Others of you are working on a new career. You're thinking about changing careers, and that's great. And so sources, like, the more you sit down with us, the more you sit down with your guys, the more you ask your team for assistance, the more they're going to help you. And the more help that you receive from them, and the more that you sit with them, the more you're going to be aligned with this frequency. Okay? So you're going to be fine. Okay? Going to be fine. There's definitely hope. Like, so don't worry about that. Sources, like, don't stop talking yourself out of things. Like, you don't need to continue to talk yourself out of things. It's going, like, it's not beneficial for you to talk yourself out of things, because study long, started wrong. That's what I'm getting. Like, you think about it so long, you end up talking yourself out of it. And they're like, no, don't talk yourself out of it. Like, they put that vision there for a reason, and so they need you to follow through with the vision, Taurus. All right? So don't talk yourself out of it. Do not talk yourself out of it. Begin to work on your root and your solar plexus. Okay, begin to work on your root and your solar plexus. And also there's a little bit that needs to be worked on in your heart space. Okay, and so really, once you begin to work on your heart space and your root, then your confidence will begin to rise as well. I'm feeling like you sometimes you get a little scared, which is why you kind of talk yourself out of it. So just eliminating those fears as well. Eliminating those fears that you're experiencing as well. Y'all, I didn't set up no studio production. So it was like, go do Taurus reading. And so I'm over here doing Taurus reading, y'all. So I'm just pulling energy, man. Yeah, but yeah, that self-sabotage, you're gonna have to work on that. Was some of you gonna have to heal some things that are going on with, like, your circle of friends or your circle of your family. Okay, there's some deep rooted issues. Like, it's somebody that's like a close friend or some close family members that have really done some things that you're just not in agreement with, and that is one of your major blocks there. All right. You also need to heal that feeling of rejection, or that feeling of, because that rejection, I think that's what I'm feeling, is the thing that causes suppression, like causing you to kind of like suppress your feelings, so to speak, or suppress the things that you're going through. And then it causes you to, like, sometimes overcompensate and just continue to go and do for others instead of doing for yourself. Okay, so you just really have to work on those things. All right, being yourself, being more of yourself. All right, but don't be your nasty self. Don't be your shadow self, but become aware of your shadow self. Work on your shadow self. All right, become aware of your shadow self. Become very acquainted with your shadow self, and your light self and your shadow self work together. And what I mean by shadow self, I mean ego. I mean that part of yourself that you hide from the public, type of deal. All right, because you hide, I don't know which way to look at it in this camera because I'm using my phone right now, but you hide a certain part of yourself from the public. And so you need to understand that part of yourself, okay? And so when you understand that part of yourself, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna end up being able to work hand in hand with that part of yourself, because that part of yourself gonna have to come out when it needs to come out. It doesn't need to be suppressed. You need to understand it. That way you can be able to identify when it's, you know, when it's kind of like taking over your life, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All right, because a lot of people want to hide their shadow instead of working with their shadow. And so in your situation, you don't supposed to hide your shadow, because your shadow is like going to help you through certain things. All right, because your shadow, that part of you that be like, no, I'm not doing that, no, I'm putting my foot down, that is going to be necessary throughout this process for you. Okay, and so but not so much so that you're not leading with love, because source is wanting you to reflect love, lead with compassion. Whatever it is that you holding on to up in here in your heart space, them grudges, so it's like you gotta let it go. Even if you and that person ain't dealing no more, you gotta forgive that person enough. You ain't gotta go be friends with this person or none of that stuff. You just gotta forgive that person enough just to let that little bit go. Okay, but yeah, overall that's pretty much it. Just don't talk yourself out of it. This is the time. This is the time. Source has been pushing Taurus. They've been trying to push you. They put people in your path to help you. They've done you know, they put certain circumstances in your way. They put in certain opportunities in your way to help you, and then you'll deal with the opportunity for a little bit, and then you'll put it down. And they're like, man, you got so much to give to the world. Like, you got so much to give to the world, but you're not connecting completely the way that you should. Okay, and so you are going to connect. All right, I mean, Earth, you're going to connect and start going out into nature more. Start going out into the earth more. All right, so that you can connect, so that you can be able to receive them downloads, because a lot of you receive downloads like that. The more you go outside, the more you interact with nature, the more you just be like, wow. Oh, and don't ignore what you hearing and seeing. Write it down, journal it, don't ignore it, okay? Because they saying that they be giving you a lot of messages, and a lot of times you just look at it like, oh, I don't know. I'm probably just thinking too hard. No, you're not thinking too hard, Taurus. Write that stuff down, because there's something they want you to do with that information. All right, they're saying that you have that ability. Like, if you don't doubt your intuition, don't doubt your instinct. Pay attention to your soul. Like, your soul knows. And so, like, when you receive a message, your soul is telling you, and then what happens is the next day or two, guess what? You talk yourself out of it. Okay, so don't continue to talk yourself out of that stuff, Taurus, because they got some big plans for you. And they've been trying to push these plans. They've been pushing them all year. And then, like, around summertime, it was just like, it was good. And then all of a sudden, you were like, nah, I don't want to do that no more. Around October, then they was like, what the world? And so now they're like, look, get back on it, get back on the vibe, get back on the frequency. I know some things have happened to you. I know some, relationships have been disrupted. I know things aren't leveled like they should be right now. But I need you to get back in the game, coach. That's what they saying. So, get back in the game. Don't self-sabotage yourself. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, leave me a comment and I'll holler at you.